This is the story, life and history of the unique dance of Odisha called Gotipua, the Odiya etymon of which literally means Goti, single, poor boy. Thus, as the name indicates, this religious dance is performed only by boys dressed up as girls. The history of religious dance dates back to 11th century, where it was practiced in Asia, Egypt, Greece, and many other European countries. Dance and dance theatre forms have always been used for propagation of religion, beliefs, concept, and mystic practices in Asian and African cultures. In India, we believe that the trinity of Hindu gods, which is Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer, all of them are deeply associated with dance. In fact, both Krishna and Nataraj are always shown in dancing poses. Odisha is a state to the east of India. In Odisha, the presiding deity is Lord Jagannath. It is interesting to note that Lord Jagannath assumes the theories and philosophies of Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, Shaivism and Vaishnavism into the eclectic cult of Lord Jagannath. In fact, the Kalinga architecture, every temple which we call Deola, has a Natamandapa or a platform for dance. Be it the 11th century famous Lingaraj temple of Bhubaneswar or the 13th century temple of Konark.
Devadasis used to dance in Jagannath temple during the rule of Chodaganga Dev. Inscriptions and Shastras show that the Chodaganga Dev was a promoter of dance. Around the 15th century, the Muslims attacked Puri. After that, the Devadasi dance was discontinued. In fact, the seva in the Jagannath temple stopped for almost 7 years. Chaitanya came to Orissa and spread his philosophy of Vaishnavism in Orissa. His philosophy gained momentum when the then king of Puri, Sri Prataprudra Dev, himself became a follower of Sri Chaitanya. The Vaishnava Dharma spread from the north to south of Orissa. During this period, Rai Ramananda was the governor of Rajmundry. He became a devout follower of Vaishnavism after meeting Chaitanya. On the request of Sri Chaitanya, he came to Puri. He was a great scholar in the arts of dance and music. He was the author of a famous play called Jagannath Vallabh. He used to dress up the Devadasi himself. The book on Chaitanya's life, called Chaitanya Charitamrita, describes as to how Rai Ramananda was himself teaching dance and Avinaya to the Devadasis. It is generally accepted that he was the first person to introduce Gotipua dance style. Personally, I do not agree with this logic, as he was encouraging the Devadasis to dance. Apart from this, I feel that the Gotipuas always sang Oriya songs in praise of Radha Krishna love, which is possible only after the development of Oriya music. The main purpose of encouraging Gotipua was to sing Chanda, Champo, Janana in praise of Radha Krishna. The tradition continued till the 1950s. Thereafter, Odissi dance, as it is known today, emerged out of Maharis and Gotipua dance styles. In fact, the name Odissi was coined by Kalicharan Patnaik when this dance form was presented by girls on the stage.
During Chappa, the Charanti Pratima, or the representative of Lord Jagannath called Madan Mohan, is taken for a cruise in a boat in the Narendra tank. In another boat, the 5 Shivas also go for a cruise. The boats are distinguished by the color of the canopies, one being white and the other one red. This Chappa festival goes on for 21 days and nights. Takes place sometime during the summer months of May-June. In the 12th century, during the reign of Chodaganga Dev, the Maharis were provided with maintenance, residence and regular income. Madalapanji, the Chronicle of Lord Jagannath, gives an elaborate account of their duties and status. Unfortunately, presently they are in very difficult financial condition. We met one of the last surviving Maharis.
Simoni Devagasi. ଆମର ଛୋଟ ପିଲାଦିନରୁ ପାଳନୀୟ କରନ୍ତି ଦେବଦାସୀ ପାଳନୀୟ କରିକିରି ଛୋଟରୁ ବଡ଼ କରିବା ପରେ 7 ବର୍ଷ ହେଇଗଲେ ନୃତ୍ୟ ଗୀତ ସବୁ ଶିକ୍ଷାକେ ଦେଇ ତାକୁ ଶାଢ଼ୀ ବନ୍ଧନ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କୁ କରନ୍ତି। ବନ୍ଧନ ଅର୍ଥ ବିବାହ। ଚାପ ଛାଡ଼ ହୁଏ, ଚାପ ଉପରକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ କ'ଣ କରି ଯାଇକି ଚାପ ଉପରେ ବହୁତ ଦିନ ସେବା କରିଛି ମୁଁ। କେଡ଼େ ରଙ୍ଗେ ଚାପେ ବିଜେ ସିନ୍ଧୁ ସୁଧାନ মদন মোহন শ্রী করে মুরলিয়া কেড়ে শোভা বন রেখিছে ভ্রু লতাপ রে কর্পূর চন্দন রঘু যশোদা নন্দ জয় জয় নদ অঙ্কা te na tu te hadi da da te ମୋ ଗୀତଟା କେବଳ କ'ଣ କଲି ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟତା କରିକି ଏଇଟା କରାହେଇଛି ଯେ ବହୁତ ଅଛି ଏଇଟା ବି ସରିନି କେବଳ ତାର ସବୁ ଲେଖା ଭଲ ମନ୍ଦ ସବୁ କରିଯାଇଛି। ଆଦ୍ୟ ମାନେ କହେ ଶ୍ରୀମଣି ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୁଦିନ ଜ୍ଞାନ କର ଯୋଡ଼ି ଜଣାଉଛି ଏଣୁ ଅବଧାନ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମଦନ ମୋହନ ପ୍ରଭୁ যশোদা নন্দন মহান্ননাথ।
Before the advent of Sri Chaitanya, there was a cult of Neo-Vaishnavism in Odisha, where there were 5 sakhas or associates. They were Ananta, Jasavanta, Jagannath, Balaram and Achyutananda. They had spread the concept of Prema Bhakti or Sakhi Bhava. After Sri Chaitanya came to Odisha, the Vaishnavism was divided into 2 streams. 1, the Gaudiya stream of Vaishnavism, and 2, the Utkaliya stream of Vaishnavism. It is the Utkaliya stream of Vaishnavism who encouraged boys to dance being dressed up as girls. In this environment, Odiya poets wrote innumerable songs on the Radha Krishna theme. The unique and significant feature which constitutes the mystical aspect of Sri Chaitanya cult lies in the Rasa Tattva.
Santo, Daso, Sakha, আর গোটে হচ্ছে শান্ত দাস সক্ষ বাৎসল্য আর গোটে হচ্ছে মধুর কিন্তু মধুর রসে সকলকে সব লোকের অধিকার নাই শান্ত রস তার সব লোকের ঘরে শরীরে গটে গটে ভাব আছে, কিন্তু ସବୁଠୁ উচ্চ ভাব ହେଉଛି মধুর রস। সেই মধুর রসটা অনুসরণ କରିବାକୁ সব লোকের অধিকার নাই, অধিকার ভেদ আছে। আমি জোর করি অনুসরণ করিব, কিন্তু আমার পতন হয়ে যাবে। সেই আগে আমাকে বৈধ রসের অনুশীলন କରିବାକୁ পড়িব, তারপর মধুর রস। মধুর রস ହେଉଛି ସବୁଠୁ শ্রেষ্ঠ রস। সখী ভাবকে কীভাবে আমি অনুসরণ କରିବାକୁ পড়িব না, ললিতা বিশাখা তার অনুগত হইବାକୁ পড়িব। যত সখী আছি ସବୁଠୁ বড় সখী ହେଉଛି রাধারানী। আবার শাস্ত্রে কହୁଛି রাধারানী ହେଉଛି সর্বশক্তির আধার, মতলব কালী দুর্গা সন্তোষী মা যেত দেবী আছে ସବୁ দেবীর মূল কোটি ହେଉଛି রাধারানী। ললিতা ହେଉଛି রায় রামানন্দ, আর বিশাখা ହେଉଛି স্বরূপ দামোদর। স্বরূপ দামোদর সে মহাপ্রভু টাইমে ସବୁ টাইম ଥିଲା। স্বরূপ দামোদর কাছে মহাপ্রভু ସବୁ আস্বাদন করেছে কৃষ্ণের রস যেহেতু আস্বাদন করেছে স্বরূপ দামোদর পাখে আর রায় রামানন্দের পাখে মহাপ্রভু। সেই জন্য দুজন হচ্ছে, জনে হচ্ছে ললিতা আর জনে হচ্ছে বিশাখা। রাধা হচ্ছে স্বয়ং মহাপ্রভু। সে রাধারানীর ভাব নেই কি মহাপ্রভু এই জগতে আবির্ভূত হয়েছে।
ଆମର ଚୈତନ୍ୟ ନିତ୍ୟାନନ୍ଦ ମହାପ୍ରଭୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ପୁରୀକି ଆସିଲେ, ଆମର ମାହାରୀ ନାଚ ହୁଏ ପୁରୀରେ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ, ବଡ଼ ସିଙ୍ଗାର ହୁଏ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଏ ଯେଉଁ ଚନ୍ଦନ ଯାତ୍ରାକୁ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ଯାଆନ୍ତି ଚାପୁକୁ, ସେତେବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କ ଆଗରେ ମାହାରୀ ନାଚ ହୁଏ। କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଶିବ ଯିଏ ଲୋକନାଥ 5 ଶିବ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ସେ ବି ଯାଆନ୍ତି ଚାପୁକୁ। ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କୌଣସି ନାଚ ଫାଚ କିଛି ହଏନି। ଏ ଚୈତନ୍ୟ ମହାପ୍ରଭୁ ପଚାରିଲେ ଯେ ଗୋଟିଏ ଠାକୁର ପାଖରେ ଏତେ ଆନନ୍ଦ ଉତ୍ସବ ଲାଗିଛି, ଆଉ ଗୋଟିଏ ଠାକୁର ପାଖରେ କିଛି ନାହିଁ, ଏହାର କାରଣ କ'ଣ? କିନ୍ତୁ ପଣ୍ଡାମାନେ କହିଲେ ସେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ଶିବ, ଇଏ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ବିଷ୍ଣୁ। ଝିଅ ପିଲାମାନେ ନାଚ କରି ତାଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ଋତୁସ୍ରାବରେ ତାଙ୍କ ଦେହ ଅପବିତ୍ର ହୋଇଯାଏ, ସେମାନେ ପବିତ୍ର ହୋଇକରି ବିଷ୍ଣୁଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କିଛି ନା କିଛି କର୍ମ କରିପାରିବେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଶିବଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ତାଙ୍କର 5 ଦିନ 7 ଦିନ ପାଳନ ନ ଗଲେ ସେମାନେ ଶିବଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କୌଣସି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରିପାରିବେନି। ତେଣୁ ଶିବଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କିଛି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ନାଚ କିଛି ହୁଏ ନା। ସେଇ ଚୈତନ୍ୟ ମହାପ୍ରଭୁ କହିଲେ ତେବେ ପୁଅ ପିଲା ତ ସର୍ବଶୁଚି, ପୁଅ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଝିଅ ବେଶ କରି ନାଚ କଲେ କିଛି କ୍ଷତି ନାହିଁ। ରଜାଙ୍କ ଅମଳରେ ସେଥିରେ ରଜା ତ ତାଙ୍କର ଦୀକ୍ଷିତ ହେଇଛନ୍ତି। ସେ ରଜାଙ୍କୁ ଜବାବ ଦେଲେ, ଅର୍ଡର ଦେଲେ ଯେ ତୁମେ 7 ସାହିରେ ଯେଉଁ 7ଟା ଗୋଟି ପୁଅ ଯେଉଁ ଗୋଟିଏ ପିଲା ପକେଇ ତାଙ୍କୁ ନାଚ ଶିଖେଇ ଚନ୍ଦନ 21 ଦିନ ଯେଉଁ ଅଛି 3 ଦିନ ଲେଖା ପାଳି କରି ସମସ୍ତେ ନାଚ କରିବେ। ତେଣୁ ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ ଗୋଟି ପୁଅ ହୋଇଥିଲା। କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଖଡ଼ା ଘରେ ଯେଉଁ 7ଟା ଆଖଡ଼ା ଘରେ ସେମାନେ ଶିଖିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ ଆଖଡ଼ା ପିଲା ହେଲା। ସେଇଠୁ ଆଖଡ଼ା ପିଲା ନାଚ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଲା ଆମର ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କ ପାଖରୁ।
Well, I remember that when I came to Odisha in 79, just soon after that I started to do research on origin of Odissi dance, and so I went to Puri and I was interested in searching for whatever was there of the Mahari tradition of Gotipua. And regarding the Gotipua, I had really to go and search for them, and it was during Chula Jatra that I found 2 small kids dancing in the monsoon Puri. And now, after that, after 20-25 years, the Gotipua were dancing with me in the stage in Toronto, in a big conference on Odissi and classical style of India. So, huge development in this 25 years. And of course, in Raghuratpur, the school was there, and Muridas was having the school at that time, was in the early 80s. But naturally it was few boys and very skinny, and I remember they were hardly, they were doing their makeup and all these things. They were wearing this jolly, that kind of false silk saris, and now they're all over the world, and they have stitched dress and all the ornaments, and their repertoire has increased a lot, and everything has been more refined and movements, and so I do not know if something positive is there, but maybe they have also lost a little bit the flavor which they had in the beginning, and little bit of the Odissi as it has become today, Odissi style as it has become today, has crop in their presentation also. And one of the things which I really don't like much is the stitched dress which they were wearing, because the way of wearing the sari was more soft and because they're boys now, so that they were making them a little more feminine in the Actvist. When they started, whatever we know of their origin, it says that at the time of 16th, 17th century, when the Muslim invasion came, and basically the Mahari, the Devadasi were threatened, and their seva was not possible to be continuous, especially the seva outside the temple. So the Gotipua came to be, and at that time it was strictly linked to the Jagannath cult, and they were basically performing outside the temple during the Jula Jatra and Chandan Jatra, and they were called Sahipilla or Akhanapilla. And this concept of Akhana also is very interesting, because again I came across it when I researched on the Paiko, or the tradition of martial art in Odisha. And I found that the Jaga, they call the Akhara in Puri, it was the same place, it was a gymnasium, a sort of a common place where all this physical culture were taught. So it was not only martial art training, but also Gotipua, Akhara Pilla were being trained there. So that's why probably also these acrobatic, which of course the acrobatic of the Gotipua are also mentioned in the Chandrika, so it's very much part of the tradition. But also there must have been some contact with the martial training which the Paiko were getting in Puri. And these Akhara were meant to defend the temple. So whatever physical culture was taught there, it was with that intention. And so it's this is also an interesting aspect of so the religious and the military both were getting together, and it was basically for defense of the temple of Jagannath. So in fact, the entire culture of Puri is around the function which have been meant for the Lord Jagannath. So these were part of it.
नमस्कार, ମୁଁ ଗୋଟିପୁଅ ନୃତ୍ୟକାର ଗୁରୁ ରବିନାରାୟଣ ପଣ୍ଡା। ମୁଁ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ମନ୍ଦିରର ଗୋଟିପୁଅ ନୃତ୍ୟ ଗୁରୁ ଭାବରେ ଅବସ୍ଥାପିତ ଏବଂ ଉଦୟନ ସାଂସ୍କୃତିକ ଏକାଡେମୀର ଅଧ୍ୟକ୍ଷ ଭାବରେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟରତ। ମୁଁ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଦୀର୍ଘ 20 ବର୍ଷ କାଳ ନୃତ୍ୟ ପରିବେଷଣ କରିଆସିଛି। ଶ୍ରୀ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଯେଉଁ 4ଟା ଅକେଜନରେ ଗୋଟିପୁଅ ନୃତ୍ୟ ହୁଏ, ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା ଚନ୍ଦନରେ 21 ଦିନ ଏବଂ ଝୁଲଣରେ 7 ଦିନ, ଏବଂ ନିମ୍ବଳାଙ୍କ ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଅଶ୍ୱିନ ମାସରେ ସପ୍ତମୀ, ଅଷ୍ଟମୀ, ନବମୀ ଏ 3 ଦିନ ଧରି କରାଯାଏ। ଏବଂ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଘଟ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ହୁଏ, ସେତେବେଳେ କୋଇଲି ବୈକୁଣ୍ଠରେ ଗୋଟିପୁଅ ନୃତ୍ୟ ମୁଁ ନିଜେ କରିଛି। ଚନ୍ଦନର ମୁଁ ମହାପ୍ରଭୁଙ୍କର ବେଶ ଉପରେ ଗୋଟେ ନୃତ୍ୟ କରୁଛି, ସେଇଟା ହେଉଛି ଶ୍ୟାମ ନାଗର ହେ ଏ ବେଶ ହୋଇବ ନା, ଶ୍ୟାମ ନାଗର ହେ ଏ ବେଶ ହୋଇବ ନା, ଏ ବେଶ ହୋଇଲେ ପାଷାଣ ତରଳେ ଯୁବତୀ ବଞ୍ଚିବେ ନା, ଶ୍ୟାମ ନାଗର ଭାବଇଥିବ ପରମର ମୁରେ ନଟବର ବାନ୍ଧିଥିବ ত্রিভঙ্গিমা চূড় চন্দ্রিকা শিব নাচি শ্যাম से जो मुक्ति मंडप अच्छी ब्राह्मण बसती तारे से झुलण मंडप दिया से महाप्रभु बसती तले नाच देख श्रीकृष्ण देख सही देख सही श्री कृष्ण मुझे मुझे झूलू शांति रही से झूलू शांति अश्विन मासर सप्तमी अष्टमी नवमी विमला पीठर जो पूजा करा जाए तारी साइड जो कीर्तन चकड़ा कहते से गोटीपुआ नृत्य परिवेषण करा जाए तादेहरे विभिन्न प्रकार मालश्री अभिनय करा जाए जोटा कि आमर परंपरा अच्छी महिषासुर मालश्री प्रचंडी मालश्री से अनेक मालश्री भी अच्छी ता भर मु गोटे मालश्री हरचंडी मालश्री जय चंडी तो नाम धीरेन हाय चिंता जय चंदी जय जय आदि माता जगन्नाथ महाप्रभु जो घट परिवर्तन हुए से समय ये गोटीपुआ नृत्य करा जाए तार कारण हूँ ना कोयली वैकुंठ जो महाप्रभु विग्रह तैयारी हुए तार जो शब्द से शब्दटा बाहर को न जीव तेणु घंट घंटा सदाबले बाजुव से समय परमानंद त्रिपाठी आमर एक्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर से माने चलीगले भी नहांती सी थिले मत कहले अरे आठी तुम आसिक गोटे दिन कर माने महाप्रभुंर सेवा भितर यहाँ रहू आम से आसिलु कोयली वैकुंठ भितर दीर्घ 5-6 घंटा काल कंटिन्यू नाच गीत करी जाइलु मोर बहुत छोट पिला बेले मोर मन अच्छी सखी रे मोर कुंज आज सखी रे प्रिय सखी रे मोर कुंज आज আসিবে পরাশে নাগর রাজ, আসিবে পরাশে নাগর রাজ, সখীরে প্রিয় সখীরে মোর কুঞ্জকু আজ।
What about the mudras and all which they were doing using
Yeah,
then?
whatever I knew that, Guruji was telling me that in the beginning there was no Shastric terminology to the mudra, and the mudra were called Parija and Mohura.
In the Gotipua Gurukuls.
Yeah, the Gotipua Gurukul. And he has been taught like instead of Pataka, he learned much later when they started to do the Annapurna theatre, and they started to compose the first Dasavatara item. Pankajbabu, in fact, was composing that. They went to see a book on Indian dance, and the name of the mudras almost they discovered from there. Up to there, they were using mudra, but with names which would help the boys, the young boys, which around they were 6, 7, 8 years old, to remember, like Chapura Devi. I will slap you if this was the name the Guru was giving nice slap to, and this Guru was mentioning for Patakas, and this Kapita, instead of calling it Kapita, Kana Devi, I will twist your ear, or this Kartari Mukha, they will tell Nako Kati, I will cut your nose, and by telling that the people will remember that, oh, this is the Nako Kati Devi. So in this way the Guru were teaching, and this is also interesting that to know how the preliminary, because after all these are the Gurus who later on developed the Odissi dance how it is today, and that also it's amazing to know what progress the Odissi dance has done in the course of 50-60 years.
Presently, Gotipua Gurukuls are in very few places in Odisha. That is one in Raghurajpur, in Dimridesena, in Uttara, and in Konarak. With a view to understand the life of a Gotipua, we decided to go to Raghurajpur, a small village near Puri.
तमने सब कुनी कुनी पिला माने निज एते कळ बयसरु एमते गोटे साधना आरंभ करछ देखि बहुत खुशी लागला विभूति तमे सखाळु उठी सब कोन तमरे कर केते बळे नाच कर केते बळे गीत केते पुनी स्कूल जाउछ पाठ पढुछ
हमें सकाळ 4 उठी एमती चौक तापरे बंद प्रैक्टिस करजु
Bandhas are acrobatic in nature and involve difficult physical exercises which can be mastered only at a very early age. Abhinay Chandrika mentions 10 varieties of bandhas. Natya Shastras also mention a few karanas which are acrobatic in nature. However, this training could have been a byproduct of the martial and military training in the akhadas or gymnasiums at Puri. It is interesting to note that this philosophy has similarity with Chinese and Plato's discussions, which believed that the purpose of dance is to inculcate physical discipline.
तापरे अभिनय मुद्रा तापरे गीत बोलू
Ram
ସାତଟାରେ ଟ୍ୟୁସନ୍ ହୁଏ ସାଢ଼େ ନଅଟା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ। ଟ୍ୟୁସନ୍ ସାରି ତାପରେ ଗାଧୋଇ ପାଧି ଖାଇକିରି ସ୍କୁଲ ଯାଉ 10ଟାରୁ 4ଟା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ। 4ଟାଠୁ ଆମେ ଆସି ତାପରେ ଗୀତ ହାତ ଧରିକି ଗୀତ ବସୁ। ତାପରେ ଗୀତ ବସିଲା ପରେ 7ଟାରେ ଉଠି ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରୁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ। ତାପରେ ପାଠପଢ଼ା ଟ୍ୟୁସନ୍ ପୁଣି ଆରମ୍ଭ ହୁଏ 6:30ରୁ 7 ରୁ 8 ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ। ତାପରେ 8ରୁ 11 12 ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ରେଲସିରେ ନାଚ ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସ୍ କରୁ।
These children seem to have lost their childhood in the midst of this strenuous routine, but that has no impact neither on their dedication nor on their devotion. It is due to the efforts of these gurukuls that we could revive the classical Odissi dance. Thus we see that the main reason for the rise of the Gotipuas was embedded in the cult of Sakhi Bhava, wherein each Vaishnavite believed himself to be the consort of Lord Krishna. In fact, Gotipuas were utilized as protagonists of the Vaishnava cult in Odisha. The devotee serves Krishna as a lover, offering him his or her own person. As Balaram Das of Utkaliya stream of Vaishnavite believed that Atma ko stiri besa kari, Sri Radha angare bihari, Krishna aswada rasa dehi, eha ko prema bhakti kahi. Dress your soul as a woman, he said. Think of Radha as a beloved of Krishna. That is the essence of prema bhakti. We should all be grateful to the cult of Vaishnavism in Odisha, which propagated the Gotipua dance. In fact, most of the Odissi gurus today have been Gotipua dancers themselves. But for their untiring efforts, Odissi would have sunk into oblivion. The enthusiasm of these children gives us a glimpse of their religious exaltation. One feels charged with their passionate zeal. One understands the etymon of enthusiasm, that is, truly, entheos, or the God within.